Hi everyone, it's Vicki from Minerva and welcome to our gift guide series. So this video is one of 3 videos where we're taking a look at some gorgeous gift ideas for the sewers and makers in your life. And this video specifically, we are looking at gifts that are under £15, so lovely little stocking fillers, or you could group a few of these together to make a really lovely gift for someone. So yeah, if you're inclined to, by all means send this video out as a not so subtle hint to your friends and loved ones, or of course you can treat yourself to any of these ideas as well. So let's get stuck in. I have lots of ideas in this under £15 category to share with you, and yeah, covering lots of variety as well. So we've got some more basic items that I guess experienced sewers may well have in their sewing arsenal, but we've also got some more unusual things as well. So first of all, I think let's take a look at the Simplicity, Simply the Best Sewing Book. So this, I think, is a fantastic book for anyone that's new to sewing, or perhaps is class themselves as a confident beginner or intermediate sewer that just want to push on their sewing skills. So we actually Jo did a review on this book on our on Minerva TV, so you can always have a look at that video as well. But basically this is a fantastic value book that covers so much. There's so much knowledge in this book. There's 272 pages in this book. It actually says on the cover there's over 1 million copies been sold of this book worldwide, so it's obviously a super popular book that's kind of stood the test of time really. And it describes itself as the essential reference for all home sewers. So if we have a very kind of quick flick inside, we've got 8 different chapters in the book. So chapter 1 is the introduction, sewing for today. So chapter 2 is all about understanding patterns, and I think that's a really good place to start because I think a lot of knowledge is just assumed when it comes to sewing patterns, and if you're new to sewing, you don't necessarily know all that. Next we've got a buyer's guide, and chapter 4 is called a perfect fit. So that's a great chapter to have in there, all about fitting garments. Chapter 5 we're going to universal basics, so it's starting with the very basics of sewing there. Chapter 6 is called sewing techniques, so we're going on a little bit further there. The sewing techniques one is definitely quite a meaty section in the book. Chapter 7 is sewing on special fabrics, so that's giving extra tips when it comes to more tricky fabrics to sew. And then chapter 8 is on patternless projects, so yeah, that's looking at when you're not necessarily working from a pattern as well. So as you can see, there's just a whole so much knowledge in that book, and yeah, I think if you're buying a gift for somebody who's maybe just started sewing, that could be a really lovely option. And the fact that it's in this category as a stocking filler, I think is absolutely amazing value on that one. Next up, we'll have a look at the second book that I've got in this video, and this is such a popular product here at Minerva. It's called the Figure Your Fit book, so easy pattern adjustments to help you achieve a perfect fit in your dressmaking. It's an amazing value book is this, and it's all about how to achieve a great fit in your dressmaking projects, which I think is something that most people to some extent struggle with. It's especially as well as our bodies change shape throughout life. It's a constant thing that we're adapting our sewing process to get a good fit for us, and just to make sure our clothes feel the way we want them to. And yeah, this is not it's not a super thick book. It is a small A5 book, which is 64 pages long. But what is absolutely loved by our customers that have bought this is the fact that it is kind of straight to the point is this book. It's not over complicated, it's not over detailed, and it really gets to the heart of how to fix issues, or they're not issues, but how to overcome fit problems in garments. So I would say this is a great book for anybody who has maybe been sewing for a little while and now want to really start to hone in on getting the perfect fit, or that just is interested in how to adapt patterns and manipulate them to fit different people. So yeah, it's a fantastic book is that one. I couldn't recommend that highly enough. Next up, so let's have a look at some really good sewing tools. Yeah, we'll start with our pressing tools to start with. So I have 3 different tools, all of which fit into our stocking filler price range. But I did think as well, you know, if you wanted to really splash out for someone, you could actually buy all 3 of these, and that would just make an amazing gift to really help sort of take somebody's sewing practice, you know, up a level in getting a really professional finish. So what these are, first of all, we have the sleeve pressing roll, which is this one. We have the tailor's pressing ham, which is this one. And then we also have the pressing mitt, which is this one. Now, the pressing mitt is the only one that is actually quite soft and squidgy. And the idea with this one, it's specially designed for rounded and hard to reach places when you're pressing your garments. Now, if you think with dressmaking, you know, our bodies are curved and shaped, so the clothes we make, you know, accordingly, or of course curved and shaped. They're not flat pieces. So when that comes to ironing them and pressing them to get, you know, really crisp seams and, you know, finishes, it can sometimes be very hard to get to certain places when you're just ironing on a flat ironing board. So that's where these come in. They create the shape that you might need to get to those awkward places. So this first one, it actually has a section that you can kind of like put your hand in, hence the name sort of pressing mitt. And so with this one, you know, you would use like the tip of your iron and press with the grain of the fabric. You use a damp pressing cloth to produce more steam, prevent shine, and it just basically helps you to create that shape when pressing your garments. So that's one, you know, like I said, that's the mitt, so you can put your hand in that one. Now the tailor's pressing ham and the sleeve pressing roll, these are solid, really rock hard, so very different by comparison. Now these ones are actually filled with sawdust, which is what creates that, you know, that rock hard finish, and they are covered with a very strong twill cotton fabric, so they're very, you know, hard wearing and sort of durable pieces. And so with the tailor's pressing ham, these are really good to shape darts, shoulders, collars, any hip curves, bust fullness, all that sort of thing. So they're just really good to iron over any sort of areas where you've got curves or shaping like that. And then the sleeve pressing roll, you know, it's very similar, but you can see it's just a very different shape. So this one, I mean, is fantastic for sleeves, obviously, as it says. You know, you can get that into a sleeve with it being that long, thin shape. But it's also great for pressing gathers against, yeah, any other sort of awkward areas. So they all have the different place when it comes to pressing your garments. But yeah, I think any of those will make a fantastic gift. Again, those are probably perhaps for somebody who's been maybe sewing a little while and just wants to expand their sewing kit to help them achieve you know, really professional results. Then let's go on to some fun little quirky things. So we have, these are our thimble pots, which come in this gorgeous rose gold colour or this really funky multicolour design. And the idea with these is, you know, they look like a thimble, so they're a lovely thing to have in your sewing room. They look really pretty, but you can use them as little storage pots. So, you know, just put your scissors in, your rotary cutters, you know, pens, pencils, any sort of bits and bats you have around your sewing space that you just need to store somewhere. And what a really fun, cute way to do that. Yeah, they're really lovely. I think they're such a fun gift, those ones. Another fun gift we've got are these little, oh, they're just so sweet, these little pin cushions. One of them's a little mouse and one of them's a little turtle. Really, really sweet. And I mean, I've chose these two, which are both from Prim, but we do actually have loads of like novelty pin cushions on our website. If you just search pin cushion in the search box, you know, you'll be able to find all the different ones we have on site. But these ones are always really popular. I think they're just really, really sweet. Yeah, and I think that would be a really cute little gift for someone. Next up, we've got some scissors. So I don't think you can ever go wrong with having some really good quality scissors in your sewing kit. And these ones are some little smaller scissors, so great for snipping threads, you know, just small little things. Yeah, you always need those kind of scissors next to you when you're sewing, don't you? And these ones are our stork shaped stainless steel scissors. They're 9 centimeters long, just really beautiful. I think the stork ones are ever so pretty, and you know, they're really good quality as well. It's not just that they look nice, they are really good quality. And I think, you know, if you're going to buy a pair of scissors, why not buy some that look beautiful as well? Next up, so let's have a look at this product next. So it's a relatively new product from Kylie and the Machine, and it's their fabric ID tape. Now when this first came out and I looked at it, it was one of those products I instantly thought, why has no one ever done this before? It's brilliant. You know, it's just so like obvious in a way. That yeah, I just think it's an amazing product. So in essentially what it is a roll of printed like masking tape in a way, and it's a 30-meter roll, and on that roll that gives you 250 sticky labels. So the idea is you pull the tape off and you cut it at the appropriate point, and that creates a label that you can stick to fabrics in your fabric stash. And the bits that it has that you can fill out, basically, so we have a fibre box, a width and a length section, where you've sourced it from, you can tick yes or no to whether you've pre-washed it yet or not, and there's a little notes box as well. So I think this is fantastic because it means you can go through your stash, or every time you order new fabrics, you can, you know, label it with one of these. And if it's a fabric, you know, you're not just going to sew with straight away, it just means then that you know what you know what it is when you come to it in your stash. You know exactly the length and the width, you know, so there's no more kind of forgetting what you have in your stash, and you know, it just keeps it super organised, and I absolutely love that. It is a fabric friendly masking tape as well, so they've made sure they've gone for a very low tack stickiness on the back of the tape, so it's not going to damage your fabrics when you stick them onto them. But yeah, fantastic product, that one, and I think that would be a really fun gift, but it would actually be really useful for people as well. Next up I've got, so this I think is a gift that I think most sewers would absolutely love. So this is a scissor shaped handle mug. So if you love your tea or coffee, this would be a really cute gift idea for you. Isn't that absolutely lovely? So it's a really nice quality mug, and the handles, as you can see, are the handles of scissors, with the scissors printed on the mug itself. So it's just a really cute sewing themed design. Yeah, I think that's lovely. And it might be a nice gift, that one as well, for somebody that, you know, they've got everything, but you just want to get them, you know, something that's about their hobby, show that you've thought about them. Yeah, I don't think you could go wrong with that. So next up, let's take a look at these here. So I've got a few different things from the Simplicity Vintage range, which is, it is a really lovely gift range from Simplicity, and it features lots of vintage style pattern design illustrations from all different decades. So if you're somebody that loves that kind of vintage era, yeah, really beautiful. So first up, these are both I think under £5 actually, so these are really affordable gifts, and there are a couple of different fridge magnets, or magnets, one that says "Let's Sewing Mends the Soul", and another one that's like a reproduction vintage style from I think the 50s, that one. Yeah, it's really cute, nice little idea, and we have lots of designs in those on our website as well. Next up in the Simplicity Vintage range, we have this really cute little tin. So on this one, it's yeah, again, we have different sort of patterns, like different print designs in these that you can find on our website if you just search vintage tins. But yeah, this one I thought was particularly lovely, and it's just a nice little box. So size wise, we're looking at about 9.5 by 6 by 2 centimeters roughly. So you could keep pins and needles in there, buttons, any little fastenings, hooks and eyes, you know, things like that. It's really cute little storage that I think would be very handy. Another Simplicity Vintage item, so this is a beautiful retractable tape measure. So the outside of it is like a faux leather, so it's very, yeah, it's very kind of fancy tape measure. It's lovely, printed with one of the beautiful vintage designs, and it's one of those, it's a retractable tape measure, so you can pull it out and then you know, when you let go, the tape measure goes back inside. So I think it's a really good one to even just to have in your handbag and things like that, that one, you know, because it retracts inside. Really, really handy and just a lovely design. And then the last two things we've got from Simplicity Vintage, so we actually have a pack of coasters. So you get 6 coasters in this pack, each of which are a different design from from different pattern, vintage pattern styles. Really, really fabulous, and they have some really cute kind of sayings on them. Like one says beauty sleep, one says ready for business, another says fancy a fancy evening. Yeah, all different ones. Really, really sweet. I think that's a really cute pack. And then lastly, from the Simplicity Vintage range, we have a lovely tote bag, and this one has the phrase on it. It says "Some are just born with it," and it has 5 ladies on there that are dressed in their fabulous vintage styles from different time period, different decades. The bag is approximately 33 by 43 centimetres, so great, you know, everyday kind of, you can, yeah, use it for all sorts of things kind of bag. Really, really lovely. Next, let's go to, well, in fact, I've got another bag here. Now this one is bigger and definitely, I think, more of like a project bag, I would say. And I just thought this one was really lovely. Really, really kind of modern and, yeah, just very different to the other one. So this one is actually like a Hessian jute bag, which I think is a really nice kind of natural, yeah, neutral kind of colourway. I think a lot of people would really like that. And on the bag itself, it has the phrase "make, sleep, repeat." I thought that was really nice. It's got these faux leather handles, and yeah, when you open it up, it's just you know, it's like a box kind of bag. So you can see there, you know, it's a good size. You'll easily fit a project in there to, you know, to travel with, or just to store at home, or just to use it for your everyday kind of shopping and things. Really lovely. And so next up, we've got a few more little tools and bits of things. First up, we've got this Gutterman thread box. So if you're somebody that, just a bit like me to be honest, just has threads everywhere, and it does drive me insane that they're not organised properly, this could be a really lovely gift. So it's a clear plastic box, and you can store in it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can store 27 Gutterman threads in there. And obviously with it being a clear box, you'll be able to see them all nice and easy, what you've got. Really nice little gift, that one. Next up I've got, so this is an automatic needle threader. So it's just a, you know, a little gift idea, very inexpensive of these, but it's a fantastic needle threader. It's so far kind of on from, you know, like the little metal wire ones that we used to use. This one is so easy to use. You literally just put your needle eye down in the top, lay your thread over it, press the button, and your needle's threaded. You pull it out, your needle's threaded. They're amazing. So such a nifty little tool, that one. Next up, we've got the seam fix tool. So this is a seam ripper, and it's got a very sharp blade, very good quality, and it has a lid on it as well, which is it sounds silly, but it's a really innovative sort of part on the seam ripper, is this one, because that part removes threads. In fact, I'm just going to open it so you'll be able to see. Whoops. So your seam ripper is actually inside there, really good quality one, nice handle to hold. But then the top, which acts as the top for the seam ripper, this here is like rubberized, and what you can do with it is once you've unpicked all your stitches, you just rub along that stitch line where it was, and you know when you get little bits of threads and like the holes remain, this just magically removes those threads and just gently rubs the fabric so it's back to its original condition. Really, really good tool, that one. If you're looking for a good seam ripper, I'd highly recommend that one with that top, because it's a game changer, is that. Next up, we've got a little needle storage item from Prim, and at first glance it looks kind of like a lipstick kind of shape. So when you open it, you can see. So that's just the lid there. When you open it, you twist it up, that's just the paperwork that comes inside, but you put needles or pins inside there and they all sprawl out so that you can really easily just choose your needles from it. They're all held in by a magnet, and then when you've chose your correct needle, you just twist them all away, pop the lid back on, and that's your storage. It's absolutely an amazing tool. It's one of those things that you don't think you need, but when you start using it, you wonder how you ever lived without one. Really, I think they're fantastic, those. Next up, we've got, this is another really innovative tool. So this is the expandable sewing gauge. Now these are absolutely amazing for getting the correct spacing for your buttons and buttonholes, or any type of, you know, snaps, fasteners, that sort of thing. So the tool actually just stretches out, and the points on the tool, you know, will give you the exact equal spacing between all your buttons. Absolutely amazing. It's also great if you're doing things like pleats, tucks, smocking, shearing, gathering, anything where you need to evenly space things out. It just takes all the measuring and all the hard work out of it. Yeah, that's definitely one of my top tools from this video. I think it's fantastic. Another little tool we've got is a shear pressing cloth. Now these are actually a really special one from Hemline, because they're made of silk organza. Now, you know, ordinary pressing cloths are great, you know, the cotton ones, but a silk pressing cloths are just fabulous to use. And I think I've seen lots of people in the sewing community say the same thing. Once you use a silk pressing cloth, you don't go back. They're fabulous to use. And then last, so I've got 3 things left now, that's all. So next up, we've got a chalk cartridge set from Prim. Now this again is probably for somebody that's maybe a little bit more, you know, done a little bit more sewing, not an absolute beginner, but this is a fabulous tool for marking on your fabric with chalk. So you get like a little pen that you put the chalk sticks into, and the chalk sticks, you get a bunch of white ones and then lots of different coloured ones as well. And what it allows you to do is draw on fabric with chalk in a really precise way, and you've got all those colour options as well. Yeah, again, it's one of our best-selling tools at Minerva. This, people absolutely love it. Yeah, again, really highly recommended from me, that one. Second to last, so I thought I'd include some little cute labels from Kylie and the Machine. So these are the Me Made labels. I think that's a great pack for anybody, because yeah, Me Made can apply to all those different sorts of garments you make, can't it? Whether you're sewing it for a gift for someone or for yourself. I just think they're a really lovely little addition to put on your sewing projects, just as a finishing touch, and just to let everyone know that, you know, it's made by you. And then lastly, so this is something a little bit different. So these are actually some of our embroidery. So we've got long stitch, tapestry and cross stitch kits. And I thought I'd include these for, you know, if there's any budding younger people watching us. So these are fantastic for kids. They're designed as like a first embroidery kit projects. So if you've never done it before, they're a brilliant place to start. We've got some really cute designs. So this one's a little princess, we've got a monster, we've got a car, we've got a skull and crossbones, we've got a rock one with a guitar, and that's just 5 I've pulled out. We've got absolutely loads of these on the website. So yeah, if you've got children in your life that would love to have a go at making something, I think these will be a really good place to start, because you know they've got everything they need in the kit there. So that's all the gift ideas under £15 that I had to share with you today. The other thing to mention is we do sell gift cards on Minerva as well. So if you're looking for a gift for someone and you're still just not sure, you know, you can always buy them a Minerva gift card, and that, you know, I think that's one of the best gifts ever, because it gives the recipient, you know, free rein to buy whatever they like on our website in their own time, at their own pace. And with our gift cards as well, you don't have to spend them all at once, you can spend them bit by bit, so that's really good. And as well, you can, when you buy a gift card, we don't physically send anything out in the post, it's all done digitally, electronically. So you can either choose to have the gift card emailed to you, the person that's bought it, you know, as soon as you have placed the order, Or, which I think is a great idea for a gift, you can actually opt to choose to send it to the recipient on a date and time of your choosing. So for example, if you were buying a gift for Christmas or, you know, a birthday or whatever, you could choose, you know, Christmas Day or their birthday to actually send, for the gift card to be sent by your email. So yeah, it's just a really, I think a lovely gift for someone, and especially when you're just not sure what you want to buy, what to buy them. So yeah, that's all the gifts I had to mention. Let me know in the comments below, have you got any of these already? What would you love to receive, you know, under the tree or as a gift on your birthday or whenever? Yeah, I'd love to hear from you. I think some really lovely ideas here. And yeah, I hope that leaves you with lots of inspiration on what you could buy for the crafty or creative sewer in your life this year. Or, you know, what hints you can maybe give to friends and family about what they can buy you. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed that. Do have a look out for my other 2 videos where we're looking at gifts under £50, and we have a luxury gift video as well, so do take a look at those as well. Thanks so much for watching today, and I'll be back again soon.